Dad always told me stories about a hidden world where brave warriors watch over and protect us.
Isn't that cool?
He always said,
Just because you haven't seen something doesn't mean it's not there.
Welcome back to CFQ Review, the review of horror, fantasy, and science fiction cinema, brought to you by Cinefantastique, the online magazine with a sense of wonder. This week's edition goes on an epic journey into beauty and boredom, thanks to the latest film from Blue Sky Pictures, the company responsible for the Ice Age films. Epic, their new computer-animated film, which opened on Friday, May 24, brings a miniature world to life with stunning visual artistry, which is all the more impressive in glorious 3D. However, the stolid storytelling engenders the most beauteous bout of tedium you will ever endure.
These were his baby fangs. And here's the first skin he ever molted. It was big for a larva.
The plot has Mary Catherine, voiced by Amanda Seyfried, reuniting with her father, who believes a race of tiny people exists in the forest near his home. Meanwhile, the miniature forest folk are fighting off the encroaching menace of Mandrake, voiced by Christoph Waltz, and his evil minions. Stumbling upon the Leaf People, Mary Catherine, who likes to be known as MK now that she is all grown up, is shrunk down to their size and joins them.
talking snails.
Actually, I'm a slug.
Will MK's quest to aid the little people somehow resolve her estranged relationship with her father and thus reunite the two plot lines? You bet. In fact, MK's character arc is more or less completed in the first reel when she realizes that her father's belief in the miniature world is fact rather than fancy. The rest of the story shifts to Nod's transition from the go-it-his-own-way guy to the guy who learns to be a team player. It's about as exciting as watching a seed grow in slow motion.
Is that the best you've got?
How was that?
Better.
The characters are all defined in simple ways, which should work in a fairy tale, but somehow Epic never brings them to fruition. Given a forest full of beautiful creatures, courtesy of production designer William Joyce, whose children book inspired the film, director Chris Wedge has little imaginative idea what to do with them. Wedge is at his best when portraying the pomp and circumstance of the Leaf People ceremony. Otherwise, he is unable to invest the images with much excitement or energy.
Fruit fly, huh?
So, what's it like, having such a short life cycle?
It's great, mister. When I grow up,
I'm gonna... Wish I had done more with my life, Sonny.
Even humor is in short supply. Except for a brief bit with a short-lived fruit fly, the verbal jokes are far from funny, and you will find yourself wishing that Wedge had stuck closer to the visceral visual gags that made Scrat so hysterical in the Ice Age saga. The closest we get here is the endearing Ozzy, a one-eyed, three-legged dog who emerges as the most memorable character.
no kisses.
The climactic battle is nicely realized, if a bit generic, and the two plot lines do finally dovetail well enough. But if not for the visual splendor, Epic would be a total time waster. Bereft of a compelling story, the film's imagery is better served in the trailer, where it is augmented by Snow Patrol's song, The Lightning Strike, whose haunting riff suggests the grandeur that the complete film itself fails to achieve. For all of its elaborate detail and imaginative designs, Epic is far from epic in scope or imagination. On the CFQ review scale of 0 to 5, I am tempted to award a single star. The film really is that tedious. However, the superlative animation is good enough to warrant an extra star. I still cannot recommend Epic, but the resplendent computer-generated imagery deserves some recognition. Potential viewers are advised to stay home and watch the trailer, or better yet, rent last year's much superior The Secret World of Arrietty.
I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't say that in the scrolls.
It does in the part I have.